Being alone and being lonely are two completely different things. And once you understand the difference, you might stop being so afraid of being alone. You can sit in a room by yourself, have nobody around you, and still feel completely at peace. And you can sit in a room full of people, laughing, talking, smiling, and still feel like nobody really knows you. That's loneliness. Loneliness isn't always about the number of people around you. Sometimes it's about the feeling, it's about the feeling that makes you feel disconnected from the people who are. You can have friends who text you every day and still feel like you have nobody to talk to. You can be in a relationship and still feel emotionally alone. And that's one of the strangest things about loneliness. Sometimes being surrounded by people makes it hurt even more, because when you're physically alone, you know you're alone. But when you're surrounded by people and still feel invisible, you start questioning yourself. You start wondering, what's wrong with me? What is going on? But maybe nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is genuinely wrong with you. Maybe you've simply been looking for connection in places where you were only finding company. That's the thing. There's a difference. There's a difference between the two. Company fills your time, right? Connection feels something deeper. Those two aren't the same, and eventually you learn something important. You don't need to constantly surround yourself with people just to prove that you're not alone. Learn to sit with yourself, spend some time around yourself, go somewhere alone, right? Do that kind of things. Eat alone, drink alone, drive alone, walk alone, go to the gym alone, spend an evening without needing someone to text. I know it might sound hard, but that's what you gotta do. Because when you become comfortable with your own company, you stop desperately searching for people to fill the silence. That's honestly it. And that's when your relationships change. You won't be the same person anymore. You stop accepting anyone just because you're afraid of being alone. So there's that. So yeah, you stop chasing people who make you feel unwanted, and you start choosing people because you genuinely want them in your life. That's the key point, actually. So you genuinely want them in your life, not because you're afraid of life without them. It's because being alone isn't the problem. Sometimes being alone is where you finally hear your own thoughts. And sometimes that's genuinely one of the best feelings ever. And also sometimes the person you've been looking for in everyone is yourself. So yeah, thank you for watching.